Troy is so predatory. It's sickening. Hi my loves, Red Lady Girl from Right Away, where we have culture, conversation, and community. In today's video, I'm coming to you all with a review of Ready to Love Season 4, Episode 4. I don't know the name of the episode. Let's get right into it. So basically, the ladies are in charge for, I should say responsible for figuring out who's not ready to love this week. So we know we'll have some men being eliminated. And essentially, Tommy urges the women to go deep this week. Try to start peel back those layers, okay? And that's what the ladies set out to do when they have their dates. So the first date we have is Alexis and Troy. And I'm like, these two are a match made in heaven because they're both highly sexual but a little cringe and very inappropriate. Troy is all excited like, I see you. I get butterflies in my stomach. And he's ready to lay down the cat daddy off the rip. And Alexis is like, well, listen, I haven't been responding to your messages because I'm hearing some things that I find to be concerning. You told me and including several of the other ladies that you were going to take them on birthday trips. He's like, I don't remember that. And then she goes on to say, you're kissing people on the cheek. You're kissing people in the same place that you're kissing me. He's like, I don't remember that. He's like, oh, she was like, you don't remember just doing that to me 2 seconds ago? Like, and you're a liar? I'm like, yeah, we know you're tight. Producers give us a cute little shady, flashback of him kissing all the women and doing the same things, using the same moves. And Troy pretty much is like, I don't even understand what they're talking about because as far as I'm concerned, the ladies who I've kissed on the forehead enjoy it. And I'm like, sir, rapist. The next team we have Amber and Chris. I think they said that she didn't like the double date because she likes the attention all to herself. And not to mention men can't multitask. I'm like, girl, you absolutely right about that. Chris starts it off with, okay, we're going to be, doing some boxing. I want you to fight for my love. And I'm like, child boo, Chris is getting less and less attractive if you ask me. Then, while they're in the ring, he's like pretending to be the other woman. Like, yeah, that's my man now. Like, sir, nobody is out here fighting for you like that. I don't even understand why you would want your woman to be out here fighting up against another woman. I just don't like it. Chris, don't do that. Outside of that, those little cringy comments he was making, they really have a cute exchange. Amber opens up and lets him know that actually, I'm a lawyer, but I'm actually a DA. And he was like, wait, the DA? And she was like, yeah, you should have seen his face. Like, oh, wow, really? Yeah, okay. Like, he pretty much looked shocked because I don't know what. She was able to, confide in him and give him the, be the first one to know in the house. So she goes on to say that she was adopted and she just met her biological sister a few years ago and they're really close in age. He was like, yeah, you know what? Same thing like me. It's 10 of us and 9 different mamas and all this shit like that. It's not the same, sir. You were not adopted, but I can understand that you just came in contact with a brother or whatever the case may be, but that was a stretch. Amber is the DA, and I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna go out. First thing through my mind is like, okay, Miss Angela Valdez. Stacey and David has a date. She automatically notices that he's late. She's like, you're late. They're working out. They're doing Pilates. And she's just like, oh, I want you to be careful because, you're kind of older or whatever the case. I don't want you to hurt yourself. And I'm just like, that's really wildly inappropriate and unnecessary, sis. You 39, almost 40. I don't know how old he is, but girl, go. Because if it was the other way around, she would have been hurt. They have a conversation talking about, I would like to have the passwords. I would like to know all of the information. I want there to be transparency. And she's like, well, that's the difference between trust and transparency. And if I have a diary, I don't want you reading my diary and I don't want to give you the codes to my password. And they just rubbed each other the wrong way, honestly. I don't really see or feel a real connection. And it was apparent. Liz and AJ have a date and Liz is beautiful. Her and AJ are having a good time and they have a group date with Alexis and Jason, who she lovingly refers to as my son's coach. They're playing a little competitive game when you throw the ball. It's like hacky sack or something. I really don't remember. And it's a cute little exchange. Alexis lost. I think, that was kind of bothering her a little bit, but they both sit down individually and they have some time to talk and discuss. Liz pretty much tell AJ, listen, I'm abstinent and I want to know how you feel about it. Alexis and Jason are sitting there talking. They're like miles away from each other. They obviously don't have that much chemistry, but the connection is maybe there. I don't really know what to think of it. AJ is kind of hesitant to talk about Liz and her abstinence. He just want to know, well, have you ever had sex before? You know what I'm saying? He trying to figure out if the thing know how to thing or not. And she's like, of course I had sex before, but I'm just not interested in it right now. And I think if AJ allows a space for Liz, I think that they can grow together, because we all know AJ is not looking for Miss Popular, Miss Sexual, or any of those things, because he already had those type of women. Liz does seem like a really strong contender to me if men can get past the whole sexual thing. Alexis and Jason are having this weird exchange again. She mentioned something about that time of the month. I don't know. Alexis is not doing it for me. Jason, they're like miles apart. She said that her love language is time. Again, they weren't answering or asking each other the right questions. But I think they think each other are cute, but it's not connecting. I don't see it connecting. So Ron and Chris have an exchange, and they're on a date, and they're playing Connect Four. It's a really cute little back and forth. And you know, Ron kind of lets her know that he went to jail at 18. He had no guidance, and he was out here in this world trying to do what he needs to do. He also mentions that he want to have fun in his marriage, and he's really looking to settle down. And it seems that Chris and Ron have similar interests as far as, you know, their roles in being traditional. She wants to stay home and raise the children. He wants a woman to stay home and raise the children. Chris said that she wants a provider and a protector. And Ron is like, look, that's the easy part, okay? And for most men, it should be the easy part. It's the connection that you got to keep going, that you have to keep things spicy and fun in between each other, and really be that person. He said that I want somebody who's gonna want me there, need me there, and I know exactly what he's talking about. I think that they have the potential to go somewhere. Ron lets her know that, listen, you were my first one. You were my top one, day one. She was like, for real? He was like, for real. So they seem cute. We gotta keep our eyes out for Ron and Chris. Liz and David have their one-on-one date at David's home, I believe, and they're just perfect for each other. They're just perfect for each other. Before they start their night, they opened up with a beautiful prayer, and they had a really intimate conversation. They both enjoy the fact that they have spiritual foundations, you know, and it makes for a good, healthy relationship for the two. David said he grew up in a really strict household, okay? He can go out, he can do this, so he ended up straying away from the church. He didn't stray away from God, he just broke the commitment. And he said he returned. You know, he was married 3 times or twice, and the first time it didn't work. The second time he said the woman just up and left him, which really, really hurt him. One of the things that David said is that women always talk about they want to know everything that a man is doing, but they don't create a space, a safe space for the man to come to them. And Liz felt like a safe space for me. I just love it. I really hope that they go all the way. I'm here for Liz and David. David pretty much just lets her know, like, I don't want to be alone again. You know, I don't want somebody to leave again. And they are just having a really good, really deep, really intimate conversation. And I think that out of all of the couples, they were the most genuine and the most honest. And I think that it has something to do with the fact that they are abstinent. They're, you know, not having sex, not coming with the banter and the ooh and ah and the D's and E's and I's. So I have to keep my eyes out on David and Liz. I really like this. So the women are deliberating with Uncle Tommy. And Vernisha starts talking about Joel first. I forgot to mention that Joel and Vernisha had a really, really nice breakfast, and he had mimosas and cheese, eggs, and you know, that baby felt like Mardi Gras 1990. No, his little New Orleans accent, which is the hardest accent to like even try to even without saying baby. I don't even know, but Vernisha's cheesy. She's all smiles. She really likes Joel. Liz mentions David being, you know, a breath of fresh air. She just loves it. She loves to see him. She loves his spiritual foundation. And she's smitten. It's pretty simple. She's a church girl, he's a church boy. It's a match made in heaven. Literally. Amber mentions that she likes Chris. They have a really good flow. They connect. And I think aesthetically they look good together. This pretty much lets the ladies know and Tommy know that, you know, Ron snuck up on me. That's who I'm feeling. You know, and the men who they're not feeling, Stacey was the first one to speak up, talking about, you know, the whole password situation. I didn't like that because, you know, I didn't do nothing to you in my past for you to want me to have my, you know, passwords and all of this and all that. And Liz is just sitting there with a straight face, and in her confessional she says, I'm not moved by that at all. And I was like, you better go, girl. You better represent for your man, because at the end of the day, that's my man. If we're married, we're a partnership, it is what it is. And some women feel like that. I kind of do. Like, girl, what's the password? Good night. Vernisha says she's not really feeling AJ. She says she thinks he's a handsome man, but they haven't really had one-on-one time. And Troy, she was like, yeah, because he keeps talking about taking me on trips. We won't need him here. Ira mentioned David. I think because he's too much of a church boy, honestly. That's it. Liz mentioned Troy. He gotta go. Alexis mentioned Troy. She was like, yeah, well, after hearing all this, and he wanted to take you on a trip, he's definitely in my bottom. So we all know that, you know, Troy is going to be out of here finally. He didn't even need to be on the show. Stacey and Troy sit down, and Stacey's cute, you know, she's like, oh, we got a match. She's kind of playing the game a little bit, and he pretty much just lets her know, like, listen, you can't be going around kissing everybody on the lip. People's like, what? I wasn't doing that. He was still, like, giving her the googly eyes, like, read the room, bro. He didn't know what was going on. David and Amber sit down, and Amber became in prosecutor mode. I don't know if I was the only one that peeped that, but she was giving very much like lawyer type of situation. And Amber wanted to hear David's side of the story about the whole passwords. In a nutshell, he just felt like if I'm in a relationship with my woman, a password, a cell phone is going to be the least of my worries. And I agree with him completely. I think that Stacey tried to turn and misconstrue what he had said because she's not the type of person to do that, and that's fine, like, you know, whatever, but don't try to, you know, crucify the man. And, you know, they pretty much just let Troy go because he was out here kissing everybody on the forehead, promising trips, doing the same thing with every single woman, which lets you know that he's inauthentic. Okay, because I'm a different woman. You're not going to treat me the same way you would as somebody else. So you're not really there making real connections. He looked baffled. He looked like, really, me? Like, he was just not a good fit. Not even, you know, surprised. He was supposed to be off last week. But anyway, y'all, that's my review for Ready to Love season 4. My favorites right now is looking like Amber and David. Girl, Liz and David. And I like Joel. So whoever, I hope Joel is liking Bernicia. But I want to see who he's really going to lock and load in, okay? Let me know what y'all think in the comment sections. As always, I'm sending you much love and much light. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.